To the Michael Long Learning Centre end, the Eagles out of bounds, and it's a throw-in 25 metres around from the Wanderers' goal. Almost a minute into the first term. No score in this quarter. We're Nightcliff by 7 points as it was.
And Motlop must be assisting Dean Rioli as well, two great AFL players.
Down in the forward line here for the Eagles. Tolmer from the back went with the punch, but Gilhouse did well in front position. They win it. The Tigers' kick was terrific out towards the 50-metre defensive line. They got runners everywhere here. Kick comes up towards the wing. Oh, it's a good kick. It's a terrific mark taken there by Dirksen. Onto the right boot he goes, spears it back into the corridor. Nice kick, found his teammate there in Duncan. Duncan down towards 50, finds the teammate down in Philo. And Philo takes the mark on his knees. He worked pretty well to get himself into position.
Yeah, he's really worked into the game towards the end of the first quarter, and we just know how brilliant he is. He's the reigning Nichols medalist from last season. And an exciting player, and it looks like he's fit, so he's obviously been working a lot in the...
Can he kick this, Tash? He's going to kick from outside 50.
No, I don't think he can. I don't think he's got the leg to kick this, but he's got the big man in the goal square.
There's the run in. He's given it plenty. Gets outside 50. He loads it up. It's going to have the distance. Gets out wide, though. No, it didn't quite get the distance. Land on the ground. The little backward kick came out for Nightcliff towards the boundary line, and the little kick goes across the face of goals and rolls out of play on the other side of the ground. It's a dangerous bit of work down there, but the ball found its way out of play.
Yeah, very unlucky there. Neil Vaver was the only one that was awake to that snap. Lucky there was no Nightcliff pocket player out there.
Deep inside the Nightcliff forward line, left full forward, airport end at Marara, tossed in by the boundary umpire. It's a beauty. Over the back, the third man up was Daniel Wheatra. Not sure that's going to be allowed under the new laws of the AFL. You can let us know, Natasha. And just dribbled out of bounds. Looked fairly deliberate, Daniel Motlop, but he might have disguised it well enough. And the ball is out of bounds just outside the defensive 50 for Wanderers.
They were red hot on the deliberate out of bounds at the start of the season, but they've laid off a little bit towards pre-Christmas.
It looked like a fair dribble out of bounds by Daniel Motlop. Tossed in by the boundary umpire once again. Wilson and Gilhouse. Gilhouse won it comfortably. Hard at it is Neil Vevey. Vevey over the footy. Dispossessed. Wanderers get it and go up to the wing. Mark dropped by Holmer. Holmer's second effort pretty good. Goes inside forward 50. No one at home. It's a foot race. Up they go. Wanderers won the foot race. They have it. The ball will go out of bounds. Will it go out of bounds? No, it's rushed behind. No, it's out of bounds. It's everything. Tossed in, says Simon Walker, and the ball is tossed in. Will be tossed in by the boundary umpire. Deep. Was coast to coast, Charlie. Wanderers now deep in attack.
Nowkin showed his speed there, just how fast he was. Once he took off, he was the first Nightcliff player there to take the ball out of bounds.
So you can see Gilhouse putting his hands in the air to let everyone know he's going to do the ruck work.
It's like he's up for a rest.
Yeah.
Not me.
His arms are up in the air. Now he works his way to the front. Both hands got the tap on the footy. Knocked it to ground there. Handball came out from Ryan Moo towards the boundary line. Did it pretty well. Gave it to Coates. Coates has an inborn player there. In Brown didn't go to him. Went with the kick upfield instead. Pushed it towards the boundary line. Stays in the field of play. Good blocking work done down there by the Eagles by Cabillo. Ball knocked back towards the boundary line. Whistle goes. Free kick picked out of it. Or has it gone out of bounds?
No, out of bounds. Daniel Motlop was trying to call for the deliberate out of bounds, but the umpire wasn't having anything to do with it. Who's been quiet?
The 50 gamers, Cale Cossack. He's on the bench at the moment. Gilhouse, Wilson in front. Got it. Picked up Coates. Coates flares inside. Gets it to a teammate in Baird. Baird now bangs the ball to centre half forward. Picked up by the debutant in Mummery. Mummery kicks it inside forward 50. One way, then the other, and that's McHarg. McHarg gets a football, but he was hanging on to it. And what's going to happen here? A free kick, and the free kick goes to Mitchell Taylor.
That was a bit confusing there.
A little harsh. Kick back towards the boundary line. Back to... No, Mitchell's got to do it all again. So standing on the mark is Dirksen at the defensive 50 for the Tigers, or just inside. And Mitchell Taylor wants him to run wide towards the boundary line, and then he'll kick it to where they came from. In front, Gilhouse got it first time, almost got it second time. Ball landed on the ground. Here's Aaron Motlop onto the right boot, kicks it up towards half forward. Players get underneath it, trying to mark it down there. Wanderers not able to do it. Ball lands on the ground. A little bit of holding on. Brown wants the free kick, and umpire says yes, you're going to get it. And he's going to get the free kick. So it's Bowles, is it, rather, onto the left boot, spears it to the centre of the ground.
Bowles spears it to the centre of the ground. He kicked it to a 2-on-1, but the Nightcliff player out there in Miles was good enough to stop that, and he beat two players. Now, Wanderers once again, Aaron Motlop It wasn't Aaron Motlop, it was Duncan Seedon. Just saw the ball out of bounds. Nightcliff leading 3-1-19. No good advance of the score. 5-6 minutes into the second term. It was a terrible throw. Picked up and kicked, and that was Ashley Duncan. And we might have to go all over again. We do. The field umpire says, let's have another one.
Yeah, he just struggled with the throw in there, and the players had to come running forward. So I think the umpires asked him to do it again.
He has.
He's had the horror minute, I think, the boundary player, because when they kicked it back to him, the ball eluded him.
He's in a fair mile there.
That wasn't much better, but anyway, Big Wilson gets the ball. Josh Wilson over the top, good enough to have the possession, and that was Warmington. Warmington, who is one of the goal scorers for Wanderers. Big Holmer. Holmer has the footy, but he's got nowhere to go. Natasha Medbury, and it'll be cleared by Nightcliff.
Bowles with the kick. It was terrific to the middle of the ground. Gave it to Ryan Moo. Gets on his scooter and then spears out of the middle. It's a good kick. It's a really good kick. It lands on the ground. Gave every chance there for his teammate to clean it up, and he couldn't do it. It was Mummery. Don't
give it away here, Braden McLean. He earned the free kick, but he tried to retaliate then. Very lucky to keep the free kick.
So Wanderers with the footy. Now that's McLean. Goes right across the field to the other side of the ground and gave it off to Cabillo.
Joel Cabillo. Flares further wide, scoreboard side. Wanderers now skirting the wing. Up they go, and a nice mark taken. And that was Moroney. Moroney kicks inside forward 50 and over the back. One grab, two grabs, out of bounds, and the ball will be tossed in.
So we just watched Dean Rioli on the screen here, barking a few orders to his runners.
By the boundary umpire. Wanderers deep in attack, 30 metres from their goal. Right half, right full forward. Going to the Michael Long Learning Centre end at Marara. 3-1-19, Nightcliff. Wanderers 2 straight 12. 7.5 minutes into the second term. To be tossed in by the boundary umpire, Holmer and Gilhouse. You would expect Gilhouse, the recognised ruckman. Holmer there to give a bit of a chop out. Gilhouse it was. Gets the ball out to a teammate. Outside defensive 50. The Tigers picked up Wanderers, and the big man Wilson has it, but he is dispossessed. They're pretty ferocious, the Tigers. Wanderers, though, they've worked hard. Inside forward 50. Picked up this time. Kick on goal. Poor kick out of bounds on the full, and Nathan Brown, the Nightcliff skipper, will take the football and have the free kick.
That was Damien Rowe that blazed away with that kick. Probably should have centred it.
Big body Rowe.
So here's Brown, tucked away in the back pocket. Looks across the face of goals. It's always dangerous, but that's where he's going to go and take the chance, and why shouldn't he? He's got a teammate there all by himself. Gave it to Bowles. Bowles goes out to the defensive 50. He finds a teammate there in Shaw. Jaden Shaw goes hugging the 50-metre line, and they're coming into the centre with the kick now. This is good builder. They had the control of the footy and then took their eyes off it, the Tigers, and lost it. Kick down towards centre half forward. Brown again on the clean-up. Did terrifically well. Punches it out wide to the short of the wing. And the mark taken out there by Blake Miles. Onto the right boot he goes. Long kick. It sets up the centre half forward. Bounces on the ground. Good work there. Coco Nicky got the handball away. The busy Ryan Moo goes backwards with the handball. Tigers under pressure. Using the handball pretty well though. Edge of the square. Caught and got the kick away. That was Philo's kick down towards the 50-metre line. Little chip kick in's going to work okay. No, it lands at the feet of Troy Coates. Couldn't pick it up. Wanderers get there in numbers. Whistle's gone. Free kick.
Yeah, he worked that really well, Charlie.
Free kick is getting it
in the back. Yeah, in the back. He worked that really well. As soon as he got around the ball, they were just too worried about him, and they got in his back. He let the umpire know it as well when he got up. Bit of a smile on his face.
Big moment in the game.
Gee, we're 9.5 minutes into the second term and no score, Charlie.
Yeah, well, they've kicked the last couple, haven't they, the Tigers? And this is Troy Coates, their coach, directly out in front. Kicks that goal, didn't look too good, missed it out to the left. Gee, let his teammates down there and come away with a minor score.
Yeah, he won't be happy with that, Charlie. He leads by example, Troy Coates.
Quick play the ball. Wanderers now favouring the grandstand side. Pushed off the football was VV, but it's a nice kick outside wide. Seedon knocked off the football. Thomas Motlop gets the footy, slams one to left half forward, and we've got the free kick. The field umpires are waving all over the place. I'm still not sure which way the free kick's going.
It's coming back to Wanderers here. Duncan Seedon, I think, Butters.
Duncan Seedon with we have the free kick on the wing, grandstand side.
They're just saying about why wasn't it upfield. I didn't actually see it.
No.
Play here, so that's why it's coming back.
Kyle Emery on the mark. Daniel Motlop running off the field. Seedon gets it, goes to
Clever.
Motlop. Motlop takes the footy, and he's just adjacent to the interchange area. Motlop with defence working overtime. One way, then the other. Out goes Bowles. Bowles is a wonderfully balanced left. Marcus Totham kicks the football up to the goal square. Big Taban over the footy. Nightcliff whacks it through defensively. Well done, Patrick Taban, and a rush behind to the Eagles.
That was very smart by Patrick Taban.
So Tigers now to bring it along the boundary line. Now that was interesting with Daniel Motlop. I've got to tell you what that was when he made out he was going to the interchange, then saying he had a sore hand. And so they just ignored him, and then the kick went to him. And then he played it on, and then he went back on the field again.
He is smart as he's in the contest here. Joshua Wilson's having a blinder.
Good work there, Tigers.
And a good free kick paid. Daniel Wheatra was the courageous one there and deserved that free kick.
Onto the
No,
right boot
it's
he goes.
coming back.
No, it's got to come back again.
It's all right, I've got him under control, Charlie.
So Wheatra, he's right on the wing as the big ruckman.
They were away then, Charlie. I don't understand why that was brought back.
Yeah, well, he has to kick exactly over the man on the mark. And he's kicked it down towards the half-forward line, punched away.
As we
over
just
the boundary line.
we're just watching what the free kick was for there. Didn't pick it up.
Yeah, it was a good free kick, but not good ball, not good control.
3-2 to 2 goals, Nightcliff in front, mid-stages of the second term.
Left half forward, grandstand side, 2 kicks out from the Wanderers goal in front. Wilson has a fresh air shot at that, held up. Gee, it's tough in the clinches in there. Natasha Medbury, and the field umpire said give it to me. Still 2 kicks out from the Wanderers goal at left half forward. Wilson, Gilhouse beautifully knocks the ball away to his team's advantage. Picked up Nathan Brown, whacked high. And the ball's got to come back, or where it was at the time. I reckon it was as he kicked the football. You can check the replay there.
Yeah, and he went straight back. Brenton Motlop went straight back to apologise, and that should have probably been downfield, that one. And Brodie Philo just needs to keep playing the footy and not trying to retaliate.
So Nathan Brown it is, goes back in the direction of Nalkin. Nalkin will go back inside forward 50. The switch. Bowles has it for Nightcliff. Now he slams the ball outside defensive 50 on the wing, scoreboard side. The Tigers, they should be away.
Here's Peris, Jono Peris, wanted to come inboard and then changed his mind. Now goes seeking the boundary line. He's got a couple of Tigers down there. Finds them along the boundary line. Can they bring the ball back into the corridor? A long way home is around the boundary line. And they're not going to go, they're going to go short with it. Oh, they got there. Tippin Woody got his hands on the ball late, knocked it to ground, went looking for it second time. Gee, the first goal here in this second term is going to be all important, I can tell you that. As the time ticks down,
Needs to get rid of it.
Almost 13, 14 minutes, whistle goes. Umpire's going to ball it up.
He was lucky with that one. He dragged it back in with the tackle.
Centre half forward, Nightcliff slightly in attack. The Wanderers' defence working overtime as I almost choke on my cup of water, Charlie. The ball slightly in Nightcliff's attacking area. And field umpire Simon Walker says, give it a meanie or toss the ball into the air. Wilson and Thurlow go for it. Picked up by Rowe. Gee, he's a big body, isn't he, Damien Rowe? But Nightcliff have it. Moo gets the ball out to Coates. Coates by hand. Thurlow kick on goal. Is it the first one? It is the first one. 14 minutes into the term.
I think that was Kyle Emery there, Butters, that kicked that one, number 22. Good hand pass by Troy Coates. Probably a 15-metre hand pass it was, and Kyle Emery went back and slotted the goal. It's been an absolute arm wrestle out here as we just watched. Ryan Moos had a brilliant second quarter. Good hand pass by Troy Coates, straight to Kyle Emery, who's a noted goal kicker, Butters, and straight through the goals. But Ryan Moos having an impact in this quarter.
He is indeed.
Valuable goal. Let's get to Kieran.
Yeah, I'll pose this question to Dean. I'll pose it to you guys. Do you think the low scoring is to do with the skill errors or the pressure?
Oh, definitely the pressure.
Pressure.
I think, yeah, there's so much pressure on here at the moment, which is causing the skill problems. Adam Tippenwoody wins the kick out of the middle. It was a stand and deliver down towards the half-forward line. It worked a treat because the mark was taken down there.
Aaron Motlop.
By Aaron Motlop with that heavily bent. He's directly out in.
As well, Aaron Motlop, captain for Thunder.
Premiership captain for Thunder and a premiership captain for Wanderers.
Yep.
Aaron Motlop, goalless so far in the match. He has not had a good year. Lots of injury interruptions. Played in Division 1 directly out in front. Can his team rely on him? Yes, they can. Delivers the goal. Aaron Motlop gets the goal. The confidence will be beautiful shot in the arm for him.
Yeah, captain's goal there, Aaron Motlop. He's going straight back into the midfield here. He is straight. No, he's going to stay in the forward line. I think he's struggling in the midfield just with that knee injury. Just his turn and chase is really hampering him. But he's dangerous up in the forward line. He's a hard person to match up with, and he has a lot of footy smart. So good goal to Aaron Motlop.
Back in the middle, Wilson.
It's an arm wrestle here.
It is indeed. Wilson, Thurlow. There you go. Wilson's grabbed Thurlow. Play called the umpire. Goodness gracious. Ball in dispute in the middle of the ground. High tackle. And the high tackle goes to, once again, that umpire has indicated the wrong way. So it goes to a big Gilhouse. Gilhouse inside forward to 50 at the airport end. Wanderers defence. Daniel Motlop threw it away. Thomas Motlop kicked it away. Ugly kick up and under, but at least he defended it out. Gilhouse has the footy. Tried the handball. It does. Gets it to Miles. Miles just inside forward 50, but the elegant Mitchell Taylor gets the footy and clears beautifully for the Eagles.
Oh, his elegance did pretty well too. Kicked it out wide. It was a good ball. Landed on the ground out there. Nalkin on the clean-up. Comes back in field. Got it to Coates. Long handball over the top along the boundary line. Under pressure. Kick's not going to travel the distance. Brown got underneath it. Couldn't take the mark. Landed on the ground. Looking for it, VV. He's out of the play though. And Coates with a little kick. Did well too. Great vision. Found a teammate back there in defence. And it's the ever reliable Nathan Brown. What a good defender he is. Look back to his left, look to his right, and then went straight down the ground. The mark was good. Put it in the hands there of Bowles. He's going to be awarded the free kick. Gee, he almost kicked it off the ground there, Neil VV. He would have conceded 50 if he touched it with his boot. He didn't.
Bowles has the footy, looks for Mummery. Mummery, the debutant, did well beautifully. He's a rangy lad. He's going to be a player, that lad. We won't see too much of him. He is AFL material. So is this bloke.
Wow.
Kwame. No, it's touched on the line. Oh my goodness gracious me. Kwame McHarg has 3 goals. Now he's got 3 goals, 3.
And Daniel Motlop's gone and let him know as well. The hand pass was on there and he's tried to do the miraculous goal, and it got touched by Thomas Motlop. Probably should have given the hands.
A desperate Thomas Motlop turned a 6-pointer into 1. It's a pretty good effort. Eagles can bring it out of defence now. It's a long kick to the far side of the ground. Front position down there for the Tigers. Coates goes looking for it, can't pick it up. Now he's got it second time. He is lifting the coach onto his right boot. Kick's always pretty good from him. That's a really good one. And the mark taken down there by Dirksen. A long way out from goal. Can't kick it from there, Dirksen.
He's got great hands, Dirksen. Takes it at the highest point.
So Zachary Dirksen puts it high. He's going to land it about 10 metres out from goals. Got over the top. Whistle's gone. Free kick to the Wanderers in defence.
Great
Bit of holding on back there.
Trying to pick up why would you be holding your smallest player and the defender there?
Look, I don't know, but it is Braden McLean. I'm not going to second guess any of that. And Mitchell Taylor gets the footy and goes out there to Warmington. Warmington has kicked the first goal of the game in the first term, goes to right half forward. Oh boy, that was a bad miss by Thomas Flight. If that was the Christmas plum pudding, it would be all over him. And the free kick to Nightcliff. Nightcliff.
Tigers kick mark taken upfield there by Baird. Had a little bit of it in the first term. He's a long way out from goal now. And he's got a lead on. The kick was poor. Mitchell Taylor's playing a really good quarter of footy here. Won that one and his kick was immaculate. Upfield, found a teammate. Hit him right on the chest. Was pretty good. Gave it off to Warmington.
Warmington has it, goes wide, not quite sure, goes to Moroney, Leslie Moroney, and wonderful defence there, Adam Baird, who's been solid in defence for the Tigers, and sees the ball out of bounds between wing and half forward right.
Like Warmington on sea, if you like.
Indeed, yeah, indeed. Tossed in by the boundary umpire, VV, to give Wilson the chop out. Gilhouse in front. VV over the back. Gilhouse gets it nicely with the regulation two-handed tap down, but I think Wanderers are awake to that and they're sitting right in front of him. Picked up Nightcliff. The clearance of defensive was good. Inside forward 50, left half forward running hard is Kwame McHarg, one way then the other, has been corralled in and we're under real pressure down there. Well done, and Brodie Martin takes a mark for Wanderers.
There's a free kick. It's coming back here against a Wanderers player. The umpire's really...
It's the same umpire, because that'll be Brodie Martin once again, and I'm not quite sure why he would bring the ball back inside defensive 50. Anyway.
Martin has the free kick, so he's tucked away across half back, out on the far side of the ground. Looks back in field, now invited to play on. And then his kick went just short of the wing, and he found a teammate out there. Might have been Totham, kick over the top was good, landed it in the hands of the running Moroney. Moroney sends it down to half forward, getting in the way. Nathan Brown knocked it towards the boundary line and out of play.
I think that was great chasing by Bowles there that just put the pressure on Leslie Moroney, that just the kick dropped short. Aaron Motlop was on the back there, on the back, but
It's been good, the skipper, Nathan Brown for Nightcliff. Deep in defence. Normally we used to see him play across the wing, across the midfield, but now he's in defence, and certainly it's been a master stroke. I reckon Damien Hale moved him back there, coach of Nightcliff last year. Over the back, Wanderers with the second man up over Gilhouse, which is no mean feat. Ball in dispute. Taban, oh my goodness gracious, he just, anywhere he does the impossible, he puts the big body in, as does this man, Neil VV. VV by hand, beautifully. Wanderers are going to muck this up if they're not careful. They probably will muck it up, but running hard after the football, Justin Smart kicks on goal, and I reckon he's nailed it. He has nailed it, and Wanderers get within 2 points.
that was against the Tide as well. Nightcliff were very dominant in that last 4 minutes of play, and Justin Smart has managed to kick a goal for Wanderers. Wanderers are behind by 2 points if we're just watching the build-up to this goal. So good hands here. Again, Warmington. Damien Rowe, the ballerina twist there, and Justin Smart just picked it up, and he's a noted goal kicker, and he's kicked the goal. They needed
opportunist.
that one.
The seas parted for him, didn't they? And he just got a clear run at goal. It was a good one. So a couple of points the difference here. We've played 22 and 3/4 minutes. Dean Rioli shouting the instructions out there. They throw it in the middle. VV went a little early. Wanderers tried to get clear, they didn't. Nightcliff with some. Can he get clear? Yes, he does, onto the right boot. Spears it to the top of the goal square. Pack forms, ball lands on the ground. Daniel Motlop did well at the back. Knocked it to ground for the Eagles, forced to the boundary line. They're saying it's deliberate. They're saying it's out of bounds on their full. All they're saying is it's got to be a free kick for Wanderers. Let's go to Kieran.
Yeah, we saw Dean Rioli on the bench. I just wonder if he's down here because Troy Coates is on the field, so he wants to get as close to the action as he can, considering Coates can be right in the action as the coach.
Will be tossed in by the boundary umpire deep in the Nightcliff forward line. Oh, VV over the back gave a free kick away, and he was premature, and a good free kick by the field umpire.
He's got the book out. The umpire, I'm sure he just got the book out there, and he is writing something down.
Well,
he's taken the number. That didn't look any malice, and it just looked like he mistimed his jump.
Yeah.
He did jump early, didn't he? So Seb Gilhouse it'll be, left of centre. He is a left footer, so a bit of an awkward kick. His awkward kicking style.
Seb doesn't seem too worried about it, does he?
No, well, he wouldn't be, because if VV was reported, Gilhouse. Simon Walker is the umpire that's done the deed, just advising Gilhouse of the report.
Trivial.
Can't work out what it was, though, quite frankly.
No.
So it seemed as though Gilhouse was about to go to the ruck and then stopped, and VV ran into his back.
I thought it was a warranted free kick. I mean, an experienced ruckman against a chop out.
I'm sure it's a reportable offence.
But no, but we'll see anyway. Gilhouse to kick on goal, left of centre, left footer, not elegant. He's not a Mitchell Taylor by any stretch of the imagination, but he is accurate. And Gilhouse makes the margin 8 points. Well done to him. Good kick.
Geez, that was like a Kennedy kick from the West Coast Eagles. He really shuffled in, and we're just watching the replay here. The knee in the back, I think he's picked him up for.
Okay.
The deliberate knee in the back,
Fair enough. Well, it's understandable.
Well, is every ruckman going to get picked up for that?
Well, I think if you judge intentionally to put your knee in the back of someone, then
okay. I think he just mistimed himself. Kieran?
Well, it did look like he jumped in the back a good second before he managed to jump twice, managed to get up, back down, and then challenge for the ruck. So maybe some malice.
So the knockdown this time, VV did pretty well to put his hands on it. Trying to pick it up there, Adam Tippenwood, he didn't get it. The ball just won't come to him. It lands on the ground here. VV looking for it again, searches for it, tried to wheel it around his body, didn't work for him. Wanderers on all four, try to get it out to Tippenwood. VV says, give it to me. He grabs it and then whacks it inside 50. A little mini pack forms down there. Ball lands on the ground. They're trying to kick it off the ground. Wanderers there. Loose ball picked up by Holmer. Dropped it on the boot. Banged away at goal and kicked the goal. So Jackson Holmer kicks the goal.
Yeah, good go. A goal by Wanderers. A good kick in by Neil VV as well. And Jackson Holmer had a dog of a day at his last game for Wanderers pre-Christmas. If we just watched the kick in, and the two on him, Nathan Brown didn't fly up. He stayed on the ground, but it was just this little kick in that Duncan Seaton got in, and Jackson Holmer did the rest. From Geelong, plays down the VFL.
Johnny on the spot, Jackson on the spot, and back within 2 points. 26 minutes into the second term, closing on half time. Out the back looking for Miles, kicked off the ground, well inside Wanderers forward line. Bacon Patrick Taban holds them up once again. Doesn't get a lot of it, Taban, but by gee, when he does, he's effective. It is half time. It is Nightcliff by 2 points.
Yeah, what a quarter. Just a real arm wrestle at the moment. Both teams seem to be getting away, and then the other one retaliates to get the within goals. For our Wanderers, Neil VV again is dominating. Mitchell Taylor did about 5 intercept marks in that quarter. Braden McLean's really picking up, but again, Joshua Wilson in the ruck against 2 big men for Nightcliff. And Ryan Moo for Nightcliff was great in that quarter, along with Nathan Brown, again, Mr. Consistent. Brody Philo's getting his hands on the ball, and Blake Miles, just his run and carry, bombs the ball long into the forward line, which is helping with the big men down.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Just another beautiful... Lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
13 goals, 5. Tomorrow, Southern Districts and Darwin in battle here in Palmerston and Waratah. Two pretty good matches on. Wanderers about to make their way back out on the field. Let's go to Tash Medby and see what she thinks in store for us in this all-important match, Tash.
Yeah, just off air, we were talking about what a blinder of a game it's been. It's been a real arm wrestle between both teams, but I think Nightcliff sort of went away from their game plans and structures towards the last 5 or 7 minutes of that quarter, and Wanderers got back in the game. And Jackson Holmes had a quiet game, and they probably need a little bit more from him up in the forward line. He kicked that goal to finish off the quarter, and Patrick Taban is also playing on Jackson Holmes, so that's why he's probably having a bit of a quiet game, because Patrick Taban's come a real long way in the last 3 seasons, and he used to probably not be a key defender, and these days he's picking up the best forward. And on the other hand, you've got Daniel Weecher has probably had a quiet game for his standards as well, but Kwame McHag kicked 3 goals in the first quarter, and then Daniel Weecher went straight to him, and it's kept him quiet in that second quarter. So it's going to be a really interesting third quarter.
Like the way Wanderers are playing, though, they look more likely than Nightcliff. Nightcliff work hard to get their goals, and Wanderers just seem to get the goal quickly in reply, don't they?
As much as when during the interview, Kieran said to pre-game, said to Dean Rioli, said that it's probably one of his best teams on paper. There's probably a few players there. If you had Jared Erlinson out there and Liam Patrick, I think that would probably make a real difference
just a
as
little
well.
bit, yeah.
Only probably Matthew Motlop's probably just struggling a little bit out there, the son of Mark, as Charlie's been calling him, and Damien Rowe. He's a big-bodied player, but I just don't think that they're up to this pace of game. But anyway, I think it would make a massive difference.
Second half not that far away. We can see the Tigers on the screen looking at them. What about Ryan Moose? Started to get involved in that second term, didn't he, Ian?
Yeah, look, he's a will-o'-the-wisp player, and I think he's essential to Nightcliff, Charlie, because what he can do inside and then get outside, and so he's an inside and an outside player, and I just like the way he goes about his business. A Nightcliff junior, and certainly he just loves playing for the Tigers.
Go down to Kieran Davis.
Yeah, I just want to add you mentioned Liam Patrick and Jared Erlinson, 2 big names. I could add 2 names that probably aren't as big within the club but have been in immense form this season, Nathan Jakura and Simon Bates.
Yeah.
So you add those 4 players into the Wanderers team, and that's just scary. If they think this is their best team, add those 4, it's going to be even better. So it should be pretty interesting coming into after Christmas. You're going to add your best players to the squad.
Sorry, and as you say that, Kieran, probably the 3 players on the cusp there. Brenton Motlop's coming back from an injury, Matthew Motlop, and also Damien Rowe. So probably they could be replaced.
Second half about to get underway here, with the scoreline showing us Nightcliff in front by 2 points, 5-3 to 5-1. They led by 7 points at quarter time, 3-1 to 2 goals. All important third quarter in front of it. They often call it the Premiership corner. I wonder if one of these teams are going to win the Premiership this year. They're certainly in contention, and Pryor holds it off. That's Alec Moylan, Ian Butterworth to get us underway.
Wilson and Gilhouse. Gilhouse got the ball down to Coates. Coates flipped a clever handball out. Another handball, knock on. Nightcliff will get the clearance. They go inside forward 50, going to the Michael Long Learning Centre end. Over the top. He wasn't all that elegant that time, was he, Mitchell Taylor? But he was effective if he's not elegant. And Daniel Motlop, his big body inside, in and under. Nightcliff trying to keep the ball in. So good work by the Nightcliff forwards. But now they're working because persistence paid off. Cossack inside forward 50, top of the goal square, can't find the trigger there to put it through the scores. Nightcliff still keeping the ball in, so well done once again to the Nightcliff forwards. They worked whacked high. And was there a free kick there?
No, I think that was play on, Butters. I didn't
play
see
on,
the
and a mark taken by Zach Dirksen on the outer.
But what a delivery by Nathan Brown. But Mitchell Taylor crunched him about 3 times in that contest, but he kept getting up every single time to get the ball. But great vision by the captain in Nathan Brown to find Dirksen.
Zach Dirksen it is, 45-degree angle, right of centre, going to the Michael Long Learning Centre end. Distance not an issue, 30 metres out. When he lets go, he'll be 35, kicks deliberately and misses to the near side. Wow. Bad miss, it was gettable, but Nightcliff now lead by 3 points.
Just watching on the screen there, Troy Coach, just his expression as that ball sailed through the point post was a little bit disappointing.
Daniel Motlop, short kick. Brings it into Aaron Motlop, runs away from the back pocket, comes up towards the wing with the kick, was pretty good. Got it over the top. Taban overrun the footy, gave a chance there for Nightcliff, for Wanderers through Warmington. Onto his right boot, he wins it. Kicks it down towards half forward, vision was good. Finds a teammate alongside the boundary line. Does he? No, it's gone out of bounds instead and out of play. Dean Rioli looking on, showing signs of frustration. But really, the Tigers should have kicked the goal at the other end. Shouldn't have had about 3 chances for goal.
3 chances at ease.
Up VV inside forward 50 Wanderers, up they fly. Bowles in possession, will he be in possession, gets the football but off play. It'll be a Wanderers play and a Wanderers free kick. A pretty ordinary tackle there, and Wanderers will have the free kick.
Is that Thomas Flight?
I think that might be Thomas Flight, and he is on a very acute angle left of centre. Distance shouldn't be an issue. 30 metres from goal, airport end. This can put Wanderers in front. Halfway through the second term, an unlikely event. Flight kicks on goal and misses to the near side. 2-point ball game. Nightcliff by that a margin.
Yeah, he didn't look confident there, Flight, going for goal. Probably should have looked for Jackson Holmer and centred it.
Nalkin's kick just perfect to Dirksen. Under pressure now, has to go with a searching kick over the top was okay. Finds Shaw, Jaden Shaw. Helps the 50-metre defensive line. Did it pretty well. Put it in the hands there of Philo, the reigning Nichols medalist. Ball kick into the middle of the ground. Gave it to Thomas Motlop. Drove it down.
Kick too.
It was equally as poor, wasn't it? And then the kick comes out. That's a little bit better. Kick it to your teammate. Gave it out there to Miles. Miles on with the right foot kick. Nice up towards the half-forward line. Mark taken there, was it? No,
he
big
dropped
bear
it.
hug there by Cabillo. Holds it up and umpire says, not going anywhere, I'll ball it up, and that's what he does.
Good umpiring, right half forward. Nightcliff in attack. Maroney has the football, shows them all a clean pair of heels. Left foot, not all that flash, so he goes on the right foot, the outside of the right foot, and the ball is out of bounds under the scoreboard. The scoreboard, after 4 minutes and a half of football, 5-4 Nightcliff, 5-2 Wanderers. So goals are a premium, defences on top.
I don't think they've been in front tonight. Wanderers have. Oh, earlier
Just
on.
start the
Yeah,
game.
they kicked
To
the
start
first
the
goal.
game.
I think
That's right.
Warmington got the first goal. So it's Wilson, Gilhouse. Let them go, umpire. The umpire did not let them go, and Gilhouse gets a free kick. There you go.
Just worried about his size, but Josh Wilson is playing the first half was really well. He should just go about playing the ball.
It's back. Nightcliff have the footy. Scoreboard side. Goes up to right half forward. Up they fly. Daniel Motlop, one-hander, but his second effort was pretty good. He is attacked after he gets the football kicked off the ground. Will flip through his legs that time by Ash Duncan, the 50-gamer. Hasn't had much of the football. Duncan normally is a very effective player for Nightcliff, and the ball will, says the field umpire, give it to me, just on the forward edge of the 50-metre line.
VV working hard for that there. Now that's thrown up. Ball comes out towards Wanderers. They can pick it up there. This is Leslie Maroney. Need more from him. He got a kick up towards the wing or just forward of, and then rolled it over the boundary line now to play. Gee, it's a scrappy game, isn't it? They go along the boundary line.
They can't seem to hit a target to start this third quarter. Wanderers. It's very scrappy.
So throw in here. Gilhouse finally gets there. Outside of the ground. And he did well too. Gilhouse reached with the right hand, tapped it to ground. Adam Tippenwoody looking for it, wasn't able to get it. Ball comes out towards Gilhouse again, goes to ground. Wanderers win the ball. From a standing start, the kick was good, and Smart takes a terrific mark on the far side.
Smart has it too far out to score. It'll be a kick and a half. It dobs it up to the top of the square, the hot spot. Ball now in dispute. Aaron Motlop, one way, then the other. Goes back, Tippenwoody, dragged off the football. Wonderful kick at him, Tippenwoody, but just touched on the goal line by Bowles, and a minor score to the Eagles. They claw their way within the solitary point. Bowles kicks to his own advantage, favours the score, the grandstand side, kicks and does it nicely, and Patrick Taban takes the mark at centre half back.
Wheels around and pumps it upfield and gives it to Coco Nicky on the wing and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Terrible kick from him. Really made him.
He just put pressure under himself, Charlie. There was no need for that. He had runners up forward. Big Thurlow was there.
Matthew Motlop back to Daniel Motlop. Had to go backwards to do it.
Is that Uncle Daniel, Charlie?
Probably Uncle. Probably conceded about 5 metres. Yes, I think it's a cousin. Here's the Ryan Moo on the end of this. VV couldn't believe how poor the kick was, and he didn't like it. Kick up there, straight out of the hands of Duncan. Couldn't take the mark, lands on the ground. Dropping the ball was Dominic Grant. Spillage straight to Matthew Motlop. Kicked off the ground out towards the boundary. And depth behind play, I think there's going to be... Well, he played that as a deliberate out of bounds. And the umpire has just said, yes, exactly what it is. And Smart wins a free kick for the Eagles.
Smart has the football. Score, grandstand side, kicks it, and it kicks it high in the air. Not quite sure why. Pretty tough. Adam Tippenwoody's had a dirty old day, but Adam Tippenwoody has turned this game on its head because Wanderers are now in front.
What a goal by Adam Tippenwoody. He's been looking dangerous the whole game. Just hasn't been able to get his timing right, but that time he did, and he's dribbled the goal through. Lucky that the bounce didn't do a Shane Warne spinner and spin through the point post there, but he was pretty confident. It was probably a free kick further back in play, because we just watched the replay here. He stayed down Adam Tippenwoody and just crumbed the ball front and centre like all crummers should be, and got the ball on the left foot and dribbled it through. There's nothing Nathan Brown could do about that one.
He's the X factor here, I reckon. He'll clean it up. Nightcliff have to respond, can they? The kick comes out of the middle, diving at the footy. They've left it behind though, the Tigers. Gathered in this time by Cossack, 50 games today from him. Comes up from Catherine to play. Gives it off to Miles. Miles got a kick along the 50-metre line. Some ferocious tackling being put on there under real pressure, the Tigers. Wanderers win it across their half-back line. Kick up to a vacant wing position. Bounces 1-on-2. Nightcliff win it. Wanderers win it. With great handball came back there from Warmington. Wanderers with the kick over the top. Ferris with the handball out wide. Gave it off to his teammate there, Nathan Brown. Down in the direction of Ryan Moo. Ryan Moo comes away with the footy. Looks up, sees Nalkin, finds him, hits him on the chest. Just forward of the wing.
Clever Moo. Nalkin has it. 2 kicks from goal. Slightly favouring the grandstand side, kicks to the pocket, not quite sure why. The leading player down there was Gilhouse. He kicked it in his direction, taken high over the top. Ball in dispute, Wanderers defence up to the mark, just Jason Smart under the football, courageous. Nalkin, Nightcliff knocks the ball to his team's advantage and probably to his advantage, out of bounds. And a throw in by the boundary umpire. A couple of kicks out from the Nightcliff goal at left half forward, a grandstand side.
That was deliberate as they come.
They're either deliberate or they're not, aren't they? Really, you've got to be consistent with them. Here's the throw in. A little bit of holding on there. Ball knocks the ground. Oh, well done. Charging out of there was Michael Mummery. Kicks it up towards the forward line. Gave a chance here for the Tigers. Little kick over the top's going to work well. And getting underneath the ball and taking a strong mark directly out in front is Coco Nicky. Gee, that was good delivery, wasn't it?
Yeah, McHagg, it's the first time he's got away from Mitchell Taylor in the quarter, and he didn't blaze away this time and found Coco Nicky, who should go back and kick this goal.
Pressure's on Nicky. He reckons he's going to kick 4 goals today. He's going to come around home for a feed if he does.
Well, he can arrest the lead back here. He's directly out in front. Coco Nicky wanders in, kicks at goal and kicks the goal. So they get the answering goal, the Tigers. They show an ability to do that, and they've done it a few times.
Yeah, that was an impressive goal as we watch on the replay. I know they're just going back to the centre field here. But good goal by Coco Nicky. McHagg looked for Coco Nicky in front of goal, and Daniel Motlop just stayed off of him. Down to Kieran.
Definitely can't understate the work of Michael Mummery in that contest. Broke the pack really well for a player of his size and got it to McHarg, who obviously set up the goal for Nicky. I think that was very good work from Mummery. Could say it was his goal because he did all the hard work in the middle.
Ball in dispute, but Wanderers will get the clearance through Aaron Motlop. Motlop to centre half forward, mark dropped by Bowles. Should have taken that, should have swallowed that. Picked up by Wanderers. Thomas Flight kicks up to the top of the square, knocked through defensively, and they had to do that, the Tigers. They mucked it up in the middle. Wanderers got the clearance and a rush behind.
Yeah, that was a good play. Jonathan Paris has been a bit quiet. They're used to his run and carry, so he needs to get himself involved in the game.
Scores level. Kick along the boundary line's a good one. Oh, it hit him on the chest and then bounced away. Gee, that was a bad drop by Carl Cossack. He can't believe it's gone out of play. Directly down in front of us here. Up in the grandstand, Morris Rioli. Grandstand, out on the wing.
Brody Martin's really struggling out there for Wanderers at the moment. He's blowing the big ones.
So here's the throw in. And Thurlow at the back. Pretty to win this ball now from half-back. Kick it down towards their half-forward line. Thomas Motlop there in front position, gave the handball away, finishes up with Aaron Motlop. Aaron Motlop can straighten it up towards the top of the goal square, knock towards ground. Big pressure here on the Tigers. They get over the top of the footy. Can they drag it out? No, they can't. Adam Tippenwoody holds it up, and the umpire will come in and ball it up.
I think Nightcliff are feeling the pressure more so than Wanderers to start this third quarter.
20 metres out from the Wanderers' goal. It's a Nightcliff defence, needs to work hard. They need to work overtime. Cabillo has the ball, does it beautifully. Tried to chuck it on his boot. That time was flight. No effect. Adam Tippenwoody did one thing, got the other, but turned the ball over, and Nightcliff will clear through Troy Coates. Coates gets out wide to Emery. Emery on the wing, being worn closely, too closely according to the field umpire, by Mitchell Taylor, and Troy Coates just backward of the wing has the free kick.
So Emery's little kick now, kicked the goal in the second term up towards
Good mark.
the wing, and the mark taken there by the Tigers. They can come in short and give it off to Philo. Philo took the mark, gave it back to Emery. Emery goes to a vacant centre, bouncing ball that, gee, made it hard for his teammate, but Lucky Moo got there to clean it up. Ryan Moo with a kick at 50, found his teammate there in Buderick. Buderick goes towards a forward pocket, knocked away to the boundary line and out of play. Gee, the pressure's on every kick, every touch.
It is Nightcliff are looking to trap this ball in their forward 50.
Metres around from the Nightcliff goal. Scores dead set level, 6-4 apiece at 13.5 minutes into the third term. The Wanderers defence on top again. They will clear. Goes to the wing. The mark taken, and the mark by Wanderers just backward of the wing. Inside they go. Away we'll go. Tries to lay off the handball. That was Rowe. Rowe to centre half forward. Pretty tough one. Tippenwoody. Misses to the left.
Oh, that's a bad miss by Adam Tippenwoody. Could have probably taken the players on there and run closer to goal, Charlie.
He could have, and he just missed it. Great Nightcliff here, I reckon. They've really got them where they would at the wing. He's going to look infield. There's nothing to go there. Now we'll go short. Kick was okay. It was a hard run from Kyle Emery. Takes the mark on his chest in front of Mitchell Taylor. Then comes back searching into the corridor. Strong mark taken there by Bowles, Daniel Bowles. Can now play on, got on the left boot, goes way across to the far side of the ground, sees Nalkin all by himself, 50 metres of space in front of him, onto the right boot he goes, kicks okay, finds a teammate out on the wing in Seb Gilhouse.
Gilhouse has it, the ugly left foot kick, but it's effective, picks up Brodie, Philo, top of the square stuff, in front, can't take the mark, no mark, play on called the umpire, correct decision, what's happening? He had the football, went to the ground, might be a free kick. It is a free kick, and there's our man.
Holding the ball, I reckon, Ian.
Yeah.
Yep, he really went to ground with the footy, and there's the solid tackle. Kwame McHarg, 3 goals, all in the first term, going to the Michael Long Learning Centre end. This one, he could almost turn around and kick it with his heel, Charlie. Will not miss, directly in front, 25 metres out from goal.
3 in the first quarter from him.
Yeah.
And he's been well held, as Tash said.
Kwame McHarg, 4 goals, Nightcliff in front. Methinks 4 goals for him, Nightcliff in front by 5 points.
That was a great tackle by McHarg, as we just watch on the replay here. The delivery of the ball by Brodie Philo straight into the forward line. Missed by McHarg, the original mark. Daniel Wheatra, hands off the pack, but good strong tackle. He pinned his arm
beauty,
there,
wasn't it?
yeah. And Daniel Wheatra's not an easy player to tackle as well. He tried to shake their hips and shimmy out of the tackle, but yeah, and he fist pumped as well, McHarg, when he knew he had that free kick. That's a good tackle, good goal. Another arm wrestle. Here we go.
Tash, we'll go down to Kieran.
Yeah, crowd's looking really good at the moment, really getting to this tight game, pretty even from both sides.
So ball up in the middle again. And Thurlow with the big tap was good. He can't run at it. They had Blake Miles running at the footy. Wanderers get half a kick away. Gets to the middle, trying to break through there. Martin left the ball on the ground. Aaron Motlop is starting to get involved in the play. His kick was pretty good up towards the half-forward line. Aaron Motlop might get there first again. He didn't. They tried to kick it off the ground. Brown gave it out towards Aaron Motlop. Caught with the footy. They've got him there. He's holding it. Can he get it out? The umpire says he can't. It's trapped, and he'll ball it up on the wing.
Probably should have picked up the ball then, Nathan Brown, and taken on the players rather than kick it off the ground.
At the interchange area, favouring the grandstand side, right on the wing. Ball now, picked up Coates. Coates goes out by hand to Philo. Philo, where's he going? Swings onto the non-preferred left. Up they go 2-on-1, and nicely done. And that was Thomas Motlop, knocks the ball out of bounds between the respective interchange areas. And we haven't moved 1 centimetre, 7-4-46 the Tigers. Wanderers trailing by 5 points, 6-5-41. Boundary umpire, toss the ball back in. In we go. Thurlow over the back, probably got the better of that. Gets it out to Duncan. Duncan is dispossessed, and we've got the free kick, and the free kick will go to Zach Dirksen. Dirksen, 2.5 kicks out from goal on the wing, grandstand side.
Dived at the feet. Mitchell Taylor's not happy with it, but
well, it's a good free kick. It was a good free kick.
Kick by Dirksen. He's had a good game today, Dirksen. Gave it to Coates. Coates is going to set this up at centre half forward. The big man underneath it. Gilhouse got his hands on it and left it behind. Ryan Moo under pressure. Handball out Coco Nicky. Goes along the boundary line. Emery couldn't get clear.
Taken high, Charlie.
It's going to be a free kick for the Tigers at 50. And it's going to be Emery. A long way out from goal. Tash, can he kick it from there? He's got a kick from outside, 50.
He's got a kicking routine, so it looks like he's going back. He'll mark his spot here and then go back about 50 metres to kick this goal, Charlie.
And the man on the mark does exactly the same in reverse. He marks it, then goes back 50 and then comes back.
It might be 50,
yeah,
50
and it
metres.
So someone's mouthed off here. Has to be.
Gee, that's a big free kick, isn't it?
Oh, this is a definite goal now. Kieran?
And you know what? Probably he'll now go back and take his run-up will probably go all the way back to where the mark was originally.
But no one looks like they're going on the mark, so he can just stroll in and kick the goal.
And the umpire has gestured to his mouth, so I think it was back chat there. Easy goal to Cole Emery, but probably 50-50 chance before that, but definite goal. Silly play. That's the second resulted from discipline. Free kick for.
It looked like the high tackle, I think, didn't it? Anyway, ball back in the middle. Kyle Emery, the leading goal kicker for Nightcliff here for his team. Up in the middle, Gilhouse gets the tap, finishes on his backside. Nightcliff, will they get the clearance? Wanderers normally get it, and then Nightcliff work it back out from defence. Not going to happen again. Who's got the clearance? Nightcliff this time. Running backwards. Miles, it was strong. And Blake Miles has the footy for Nightcliff. One bounce, touches it on the ground, runs his full measure. Inside forward 50. Up they go. Pretty poor effort in front there by Dirksen. One hand. Nightcliff in front here, working hard, pushing the side, play on called the umpire. It's good umpiring down there. The defence of Wanderers, I thought he was going to go the wrong way there. Thomas Motlop, not very effective. Motlop over the top, and Motlop might get the free kick. He does.
That was clever.
So Thomas Motlop now sprays it out wide. Good kick from him too. Gave it out there to Martin. Martin up towards the wing. His kick was okay. Run hard at the footy was Warmington. He's left the ball behind and went to ground with it. Half a dozen players desperate for this footy. Nightcliff with the numbers. Wanderers win it towards the boundary line. Matthew Motlop goes over ball and all. Umpire blows the whistle.
And I reckon Brenton Motlop's coming back from a leg injury, and he's just kicked the ball off the ground in that pack there and has hurt himself. He's got himself up now.
It's very proppy, isn't he? So a throw in here, Gilhouse against VV. VV has front position to start. Gilhouse then worked in front of him, got his hand up, tapped the ball down, went to ground. Handball came out cleverly. Matthew Motlop doing some good work there with it. Still the ball on the ground. Gee, it's a tough game at the moment. No easy possession. Whistle goes, high tackle. It's going to be a free kick. Umpire signals it'll be for the Tigers.
Nightcliff has the free kick.
Austin, I think that is.
Yep, that flares it wide into the middle of the ground. Picked up Coates. Coates has taken the mark just backward to the centre. Careful, Tim and Woody. He'll give away 50. Get to hurry up now. He's given him plenty of time. Troy Coates has it. Measures one and measures it beautifully. Just forward to the centre. Philo has the football. Hits the ground. Runs a metre. Kicks it long and high. Inside forward 50 in front. Beautiful mark. And to the Daniel Wheater it is. And he clears for the Eagles.
Eagles kick out wide. Maroney chases it along the boundary line forlornly. Couldn't keep it in play. Rolled away from him and out of play. That score check. Nightcliff for the big quarter here, 8-4 to 6-5. They've kicked 3 goals to 1. Wanderers desperate for another goal. We've played 22 minutes of the third term. 7 points the margin at quarter time for Nightcliff. 2 points at half time. And they've stretched the lead out a little further now to 11 points The worst thing that can happen for the Eagles is in the time remaining the Tigers can kick a goal. He's got his hands up in the air like a plover protecting her chicks, his big Seb Gilhouse, and then he went and tapped the ball down to the ground. Gee, it's it's just so much ball on the ground, isn't there? No clear possession. Now there's some hard run from defence. Charging forward here, John O'Peris. Up towards half forward with the kick's a good one. Ball lands on the ground. Nightcliff can't get it. Daniel Motlop on the clean-up. Just couldn't get a clear possession of the ball. This man with it. McHarg knocked it out wide. Handball back to Thurlow. Goes back even further to Buderick. Buderick has a shot. And right on the goal line, it's dropped them through for a minor score.
The shot was a shocker. We're going to have a quick play the ball. Braden McLean to get the ball back into play for Wanderers. Goal umpire was closer. This man is big. He is strong, pretty quick. Does it nicely. Miles does it and works his team to the right half forward, not inside forward 50 yet. Out the ball comes. Coates has it one way, then swings the other way. Will get caught, but gets the ball by hand. Bowles has it onto the left foot. What's he doing down there? He was under so much pressure. It is pressure. Nightcliff lead at three-quarter time by 12 points. 53 plays 41.
Yeah, what a quarter again. It's just so close, but Nightcliff were able to break away there. Coco Nicky was dangerous. Zachary Dirksen was also dangerous in that quarter. Michael Mummery has been a bit slippery, light on foot so far during the game. Quarter he had an impact, and the coach out there, Troy Coates, is getting his hands on the ball. The other captain for Wanderers, Aaron Motlop, had a good quarter. Adam Tippenwood is looking dangerous still, and just a bit fumbly, but kicked that great goal when Daniel Weecher in the back line.
So a trick.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better, and I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the Territory, Al.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7 metre tide.
Oh,
What could possibly go wrong?
plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Okay, first goal be all important, Tash, won't it?
Definitely, Charlie.
So final quarter about to get underway here. It is set up for a beauty. Nightcliff 8 goals, 5. Wanderers 6-5. The margin 12 points at
VV in ruck, and he's up against Gilhouse. VV in ruck, interesting. Natasha, can you find big Josh Wilson for Wanderers? A dead set even in the middle of the ground. Wanderers normally get the clearance. That time Tippin Woody was dispossessed, so Nightcliff first clearance of the final term, picked up by Nightcliff. Up and under, won't have moved 15. Play on called the umpire. Ball now in dispute, 20 metres out from the Nightcliff goal. Airport end, cleared by McLean. Braden McLean does the deed and kicks it outside defensive 50 for the Eagles.
It was a good kick too. He set it up for his teammate out there who mucked it up really. That was Motlop, and then it was won by them and kicked up towards the wing. Good kick too, punched towards the boundary line, coming in late there with Jackson Holmer, and had to do that and pushed it over the boundary line.
Big Wilson has gone up to full forward and Patrick DeBand's picking him up, so that'll be a great contest to see two big-bodied players.
Pressure on every contest here, Ian.
Ball to be tossed in now by the boundary umpire as it's between wing and half forward. Wanderers on the outer scoreboard side, 53 plays 41, minute into the final term. Let's have another one. The boundary umpire.
This boundary umpire's really struggled tonight.
Did that come back down and hit him on the head? It didn't, surely.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Take two, boundary umpire chucks it in again, Gilhouse in front, but VV did well, knocks it over the back, taken high, play on called the umpire. This is Warmington, kicked the opening goal of the game, threw the ball away. Again, the umpire's given some leniency. Nightcliff tried to kick the ball off the ground. Neil VV doesn't, bends down, bends his back, picks it up, gets the ball out to a teammate, and that man out there is a Dominic Grant. Hasn't been all that dominant, has Dominic, but no, nonetheless, he's still a young man. Wanderers have the footy, handball to no one in particular. Brody Martin kicked the ball off the ground, just stabbed at it, not kicking in danger. Good umpiring, picked up by Nightcliff defence. The elegant one, not in the back, that was in the side, maybe seen differently by the field umpire.
Free kick.
That was a free kick, holding the ball. He took it, he took him on, and Zach Dirksen has it, who's been, as you said, Natasha Medbury, pretty effective.
Dirksen's kick is good, measures nicely. Back to Mummery.
He's really come into the game as well, Mummery.
Mummery, just the youngster, son of Alan. Little kick over the top was good. Gave it to the coach in Coates. Goes down for, oh, that's a fantastic kick. Lands on the ground, handball into the goal square. They can run in and kick the goal, and they do. Baird kicks it. Wow, what a goal for the Tigers. They split Wanderers open then once they got the ascendancy.
Yeah, great tackle by Dirksen. It started all the way up on the wing here against Mitchell Taylor, and he found Troy Coates with a great kick, who then followed it up with a brilliant kick into the forward line, and he looked for McHarg, and he was quite smart here. He went to take the ball, and Big Thurlow was front and centre and got the ball off to Baird, and yeah, good goal.
And it was a good tackle, wasn't it, on Mitchell Taylor, because I did have it in the call that in fact it was in the side and not in the back. It was well done and well deserved, and a good free kick by the field umpire. So warranted free kick and a goal, and the Tigers have set this up. 59 plays 41, but it's only 3 minutes into the final term. Back in the middle, VV, Gilhouse comfortably gets the ball down. Wanderers have been getting the clearance. This is no exception. VV, a little clearance. Coates has it. He is dispossessed. Whack, he goes down. VV running hard at the football. Michael Mummery, the 16-year-old, the debutant, he runs as hard as Neil VV at the footy, and the ball has turned over, and the man to take the mark is Buderick in the centre of the ground for the Tigers.
Buderick spears it inside 50. Big Thurlow underneath the foot. He got his hands on it, and he's going to be awarded the mark. Wow.
Look how big his arms are, Charlie.
Holy moly. His arms are bigger than some legs I've seen. Just powerful built man, isn't he?
He is, and presents really well. He's been around the ground, probably hasn't got his hands on the ball as much, but he's really presented and helped Seb Gilhouse out in the ruck.
Big Fraser Thurlow directly out in front. This could break Wanderers open here. He gets to 50. He goes back straight through the middle, and the Tigers have Wanderers at the mercy right at this minute.
They're really breaking away now, aren't they? And as we look back on the replay, a great kick in to the forward line, and Thurlow really presented, and I think it was Daniel Weech
And
chopping the
probably a
arms.
free kick as much as anything.
Yep.
You're quite right, Natasha. He knocked his arm in the marking contest, and a good free kick by the field umpire.
Can I say I just find it interesting that the moment I called it Nightcliff were under pressure from Wanderers, it's been all Nightcliff from that second onwards.
We won't drag the archive
You
behind
gave
Charlie.
Wanderers the
Look
kiss
at
of
that.
death there when they were breaking away with it.
Goodness, terrific stuff.
Not at all, but VV and Gilhouse once again. Gilhouse has won everything in this final term, and that is no exception. Gets the ball down, but VV gets the clearance for Wanderers. The Nightcliff defence now. Nalkin over the football. He charged in and was so courageous, and he's a bit injured. Here's another man on
well
the charge,
done.
Patrick Taban. Very good. Over the football was just dragged out and chucked away Dominic Grant.
Oh, it's on
This
here.
is Premier grade football in the NTFL, and it'll be a free kick. Dominic Grant, a youngster, Patrick Taban. Surprise, surprise.
Oh no, he's going to.
And what I saw there was
Yeah,
a
he's
Nightcliff
gone.
player trying to get his teammate out of the contest. So
And I reckon he's hurt Dominic Grant here. He absolutely poleaxed him while he was on the ground and doing a few jumper
and
punches.
the 50-metre penalty will go to Wanderers.
That is just stupid play. It really is. I
Patrick
just don't
Taban-
understand it.
And Braden McLean needs to be really careful on the video replay here that he doesn't get done, because it looked like he came in and used his knee against Patrick Taban as well. Just silly play by all players involved there.
Now, there was a 50-metre penalty paid to Wanderers, but I think it might have been... Has it been reversed, and is it a Nightcliff free kick at right half forward
I
for
reckon
Wanderers?
you're right, Ian. I reckon it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick.
I reckon it's because the way they all went into Patrick Taban, who it was silly, but and it is. It's going. He's getting the free kick, Patrick Taban.
Well, it was a reversal then, as you suggested, Natasha. And is that Simon Walker with the book out?
They've all been. Surely there's been reports, but it's.
Well, I reckon Taban's name's going to go in the book,
Oh,
quite
for
frankly.
sure, for sure. If there was a replay of that, Charlie, and
And now we see on screen here Charlie Baden Nalkin. He was so courageous deep in defence there that held up that Wanderers offensive move.
Yep.
And due to him, Nightcliff will clear.
not sure. And just silly, he's had a great game, Patrick Taban, and he just UFC flung Dominic Grant to the ground.
Yeah. It's just awful to see.
Back into play, Taban goes backwards, and now it was a poor kick out of defence, but the Nightcliff players just on top here, just doing it a little bit more comfortably. Nice kick off the ground, 2-on-1. It will beat them all out of bounds, and the boundary umpire correctly knocks it out between wing and half forward. Grandstand side, Nightcliff in attack.
Tash, can I ask you, have you ever seen a season when the ball's been kicked off the ground so much?
Oh no, not compared to this season. I think they're all thinking they're in the soccer league now.
Gee, look at that. That's a shoulder injury.
And he looks like he's really upset too.
Dominic Grant, it is. The ball kicked inside. Well, Wanderers forward 50. And a mark taken somehow, some way, some shape. And Wanderers have the mark. And it's a free kick.
Gee, so they're going to get frustrated here, the Eagles.
Yeah.
Really frustrated.
I reckon his shoulder's out. His shoulder's popped out. He is in so much pain, Dominic Grant, down there on the bench.
So Bowles' kick comes out wide. Wanderers win it out on the wing. Can bring it back in. Straight into the hands here of Maloney.
They did. They popped it back in. Oh, it's terrible news.
Ball lands on the ground here. Gilhouse looking for it. Couldn't pick it up. So it just took a bit out of the game, didn't it? This is Brendan Motlop. Kicks around his body to the edge of the goal square, and the mark taken back there by... Now what he's done is he's played on. He had the mark between the goalpost and the point, and then he on and went between the goals.
Conceded it behind. Very good, Charlie. Haven't seen that for such
Again, and Nightcliff will clear it. They get the second kick out wide and straight into the hands there of Bowles.
Daniel Bowles has the football deep in defence for Nightcliff. Nightcliff defending the Michael Long Learning Centre end as we approach the 9-minute mark of the final term. The Tigers have the game under control. Absolute Barry Crocker kicks the ball out of bounds on the full, and it'll be Wanderers to bring the ball back in.
He was aiming for someone on the bench there for Nightcliff, because that was a terrible
He was
kick.
aiming for someone driving past.
Brenton Motlop has to jump over the fence with his sore leg and retrieve the ball because no Nightcliff supporter threw it back.
So Brenton Motlop sends it right down to the edge of the goal square. Big effort to mark down there for Nightcliff. They
good
weren't
work.
able to get it. Hard work. Carl Cossack tried to get out of trouble.
holding the ball
Whistle's
there,
gone.
Charlie.
He's going to be pinged.
He dropped the ball there. He took on all the tacklers and he dropped the ball. Good call by the umpire.
So directly out in front. Wanderers going to have a chance here to reduce this margin from 23 points at the moment. They can get it back to 17 points. 10-5 to 6-6. Ball in the hands here of Brodie Martin.
38-game AFL player with the Adelaide Crows. You would expect he'd kick it, Charlie.
Yep, almost directly out in front. He'll press this through
Oh,
and
the kiss of death.
he misses it by a long way out to the right, Ian.
That's why he played 38 games.
Wanderers, they just can't do anything right. Quick play the ball, brought back in by Bowles. Bowles this time a much better kick, and he's picked up a teammate out there, and that's Miles. Miles goes backwards. A bit early to be playing whoopsie daisies. It's picked up this time by the skipper, and it's Nathan Brown. Brown gets to Ban by hand outside, picks up Peris. Peris, nice long kick along the boundary line, just inside. Gilhouse dropped what he would normally swallow. He's had enough Christmas dinner, he didn't want any more to eat, but a couple of hands. Thurlow goes by hand, picked up Baird. Baird kicks inside forward 50, and Nicky is there to take the mark, probably too far out for him to score.
Don't think Seb Gilhouse realised he had that much room about him. How do you let someone that's 2 metres tall get that free?
In the third term, Wanderers had their chances at the other end of the ground. That kick was a poor one. That kick's pretty good. Comes back to Coco Nicky, might get another chance.
It was a bit slick, wasn't it?
Gave it to Mummery. He said, thanks very much, but no, said the umpire.
In union or rugby, he's at the
I've
greatest
seen
sport,
those same two players play rugby union, so it might have been shades of rugby union, but it's not good enough.
Daniel Wheater now short, gives the ball out to Seaton.
Seaton has it. He kicked a goal early in the game in the first term, Duncan Seaton. Haven't seen a lot of him. He skirts the scoreboard, the grandstand boundary. Up they go. Cossack in front. Peris has the foot. He hasn't done much, but what he's done has been very good. Peris inside forward 50. The Tigers are they just waiting to pounce. Not the Wanderers defence working overtime, defending the airport goal. Was a good tackle, but it's Nightcliff up to the task. Not 15. Play on called the umpire. They've got it right, and Big VV gets it and clears for Wanderers.
Kicks to the middle of the ground, but waiting there. And desperate foot was Ryan Moo. What's his kick like? It's a super kick. Gave it to Coates at 50. Coates goes back, puts his ears back, bangs it at goal. And I reckon he's put this game away from the Eagles now. 11-5 to 6-7. It was a great goal, Troy Coates.
Yeah, good goal by Nightcliff. Just started in the dominance through the midfield, and Jonathan Peris hasn't been that effective in today's game, but we just watch here. Ryan Moore's had a brilliant game as well. There's not much of him, but he really gets his hands on the ball in and under, and Michael Mummery called out of it there by Troy Coates, as you would leave it for your coach and captain, Charlie. The debutant's done the right thing there, and Troy Coates has gone back and kicked an easy goal. Nightcliff are really breaking away.
Back in the middle, Thurlow, VV, still got Josh Wilson down in the forward line, Natasha, waiting for someone to kick it down there so he can take a mark, but it's not happening. Maybe this time, the clearance, poor kick, left of centre, running hard after the football is Big Holmer. He's got a couple to beat, can't beat them. Ball on the ground, in dispute, picked up at that time by Matthew Motlop, a little up and under, and probably just a bare 15 metres, and the ball is kicked across, and a kick on goal. This time, pick that man up, please, Charlie. It doesn't matter. He's missed to the far side. And that might have been Joel Cabillo. So they need goals, Wanderers, and they're just not doing it. 13 and a half minutes in. It is 71 plays 44. Nightcliff, they're home.
It's about concentration, I reckon, Ian. Here's Mew under all sorts of trouble. Why they went to him, the smallest man on the ground, I don't know. As desperate as he is, he was dispossessed. Handball came back here. Here's Jono Peris looking for the foot. He couldn't get it. Picked up by Holmer. Snaps at goal. And what's he done?
Nailed it.
He's kicked the goal. So Jackson Holmer gets the goal. An unlikely one.
Yeah, second goal to Jackson Holmer against the run of play as well. Good goal, but just a little bit quiet again. He's had a good player on him, and Patrick Jaban, who we think's been reported, but just a better player than that Jackson Holmer. He's had a few quiet games, as we just watched the hand pass by Nathan Brown. Didn't hit the target, and Jonathan Peris, and he put his body on the line, and a good goal. Quick kick. Quickly looked at the goals and got it through.
You want to get in Patrick Taban's way when he's on the charge, would you? He's a big man, so it's Thurlow up against VV, dead heat in the middle of the ground, picked up Coates, can't get the clearance, knocked forward by that time by Thurlow, taken high, dragged to the ground, and the field umpires should say, give it to me, and that's exactly what the field umpire does. Nightcliff slightly in attack, still inside the centre square, up they go. Fraser Thurlow has the football, still in dispute. Somehow, Nightcliff extricate the footy, get it inside forward 50, and running hard after the football that time, and dragged down without the football, surely, and a free kick, and the free kick goes to the ungainly. That's his kicking style, but he's kicked a goal. Sebastian Gilhouse, left of centre, man on the mark, 30 metres from goal. So distance will be an issue. I don't reckon he can kick that far.
It's just very awkward just watching him kick the ball, isn't it? It's got a long way to drop from hand to foot. Here he goes, and he does sort of really dominate with one hand.
So Mitchell Taylor on the mark, 30 metres from goal, airport end. Sebastian Gilhouse can put all of the nails in the coffin, kicks, and the distance is no. Was it Muck touched on the line? He has got it. Just a goal. Well done.
Good work to the ruckman. He's had a great game out there today as the players get around him, but it was great shepherding on the line as well. And he just made it by a millimetre, I reckon, and he knew about it too. We go back and good kick in. Not quite sure who that player was. Baird, I think it was. And McHarg again. Great body work. He's just really strong, and Mitchell Taylor has given away a few of those free kicks.
Yeah, a bit unlucky. Probably thought that Gilhouse had taken possession, but he hadn't, of course.
And you've got to start tackling him early to get him onto the ground, don't you? He's a big unit. Good goal.
Thurlow to do the ruck work here. He's going to jump against VV. VV tries to work his way into front position. Blocking, says the umpire, by Thurlow. So VV wins the free kick in the centre circle. Handball went back to him. So 12 goals, 5 to 7-8. Pops it out wide. Eagles can bring it in from the wing up towards half forward. No real target there. Goes along the boundary line. Some good work being done back there by the Eagles, by Wilson. Handball back to Moochie. He's a good little player, as he works so hard when the time gets tough. Does Ryan Moo?
Is he a spare man in defence, do you reckon, Natasha?
Do you think he is?
Yeah. Yep. They probably moved him down there at the start of the third quarter as he really started to dominate. And I don't think they rate him enough, Wanderers, to pick him up as well, because he's just getting enough of the ball, and he's very effective as well with the ball.
Well, it was a good move. Now, Nightcliff will clear defensive 50, favouring the scoreboard side here at Marara. That's the outer. Picked up by Nightcliff once again, but a free kick has been paid in the marking contest, and Wanderers will have the free kick. No, that's Joel Cavillo, centre half forward. Goes by hand to Rowe. Rowe onto the boot, inside forward 50. Up they fly over the back. Daniel Motlop couldn't take the mark. Dispossessed, tried to get the handball out. Charging through Warmington. Warmington couldn't get it. He is dispossessed. Blake Miles has the football. He just doesn't worry. He doesn't worry who's around him. His nose is over it. Second effort was pretty good, Blake Miles. Third effort pretty good. He's still going. You're quite right. And now Wanderers will clear through Aaron Motlop, who's had some good moments, and he's put on his backside for whatever reason.
Well, Nightcliff lose their concentration. I'll tell you what, Troy Coates would not be happy with Nightcliff in this last 7 minutes of this game, when they looked as though they had the game won, started to lose their concentration, and Wanderers have come right back into the game. Good goal there, kick by.
And Blake Miles has come straight off with that free kick as well.
It was just silly,
there was
wasn't
no
it?
need for it, and he let Aaron Motlop know as well. And good by the Wanderers players, sort of come over and gave the push and shove. Matthew Motlop come over to defend his brother, but there was a bit of a size mismatch there. It was just good. Just play the football, and it's getting a little bit niggly out there. But I think that takes them to 21 points of difference now.
Back in the middle, Thurlow, and this time it's Josh Wilson. Wilson for Wanderers wins the footy, kicked off the ground nicely. That was well done by Boston, who's been pretty quiet for the Tigers, but what he does is okay anyway. Ball now in the forward line, running hard after the football. Ashley Duncan, one of the 50-game players. Duncan once again on the non-preferred left, kicks inside forward 50, and a leaping, diving mark, and a lovely mark taken by Kwame McHarg, and McHarg has for could kick his 5th, and he would really be a match winner.
I'm just trying to pick up, I mean, with the name Kwame, I remember the nationality. It might be PNG by the looks of him. Be interesting to find out where he's actually from, because I remember when I went to did the Kokoda Trail, one of the porters was Kwame.
That's why they said they were listening in.
Yes, there we go.
They probably knew he was here.
Anyway, McHarg,
hoping.
left of centre, the right footer, man on the mark, 40 metres out's got to get everything, got to give everything. He does give everything, and he won't get 5. He'll be stuck on 4. 78 plays, 56, 22 points to the Tigers, and we've ticked into time on in the final turn.
Mitchell Taylor's going to go short to the back pocket. Work his way forward here. It's just to steady the ball down, steady the play down. They got not much else they can do. Come out towards Matthew Motlop. Serviceable game from him tonight. He's at half back, out on the flank. Kicks it up towards the wing. Ball knocked around, cleverly picked up there on the charge forward by Flight.
Nathan Brown there, just a great chase, and instead of doing the undisciplinary act, he got him on the side, and the timing was absolutely fantastic.
He's been terrific, Brown, hasn't he, in defence? Not just tonight, but throughout the season.
He has, and they really missed him last season. He was out most of the season due to that injury, and he's a great player. He did play for Thunder when he first come up here, but he's had a horrid run with injuries, and this season looks to be his first one back for a long time.
Kicks it nicely. Game of the season. After round 1 he was injured. Philo onto the left foot, the reigning Nichols medalist, kicks it, and over the back Braden McLean takes a diving mark to hold them up once again. But they've got to hurry up. 21 and a half minutes in. It is Nightcliff by 22 points.
Two number 15s in battle there, Kyle Cossack and Brodie Martin. It was a 0-0 draw. Little kick off the ground. It was done cleverly into the space. Little to Gilhouse again.
Not again.
Go back 7, have a shot. Shot. He wants to give it off, and they're saying no. Have a shot.
Kwame wants the ball. McHarg there is just asked him, but he took it out of his hands.
We have to call him Kwame Motlop, the way he's hanging around there looking for the.
Well, you know what? It'd be great to see Big Seb Gilhouse kick 3 goals. I reckon you rarely see it. I doubt whether he's kicked 3 in his adult career.
No, I don't think so either. But just goes to show just the amount of muscle he's lost. He's really dominant around the ground now.
Gets that stutter going.
And the mouth.
He's not going to get 50.
Yep, someone's mouth open. I think it's Daniel Wheatra.
So it's going to work out for the big man.
So here we go.
3.
Well, you wouldn't coach a football team for all the tea in China. Look, he can just stroll in now. There's no one on the mark.
No, he's waiting for the player to get on the mark.
Well,
nice
that's very benevolent of him, isn't it? Decent.
So Big Seb Gilhouse directly out in front, goes back and pops it in. He's got 3. Career best return for the big man.
He's just been so dominant everywhere, and that's where, last season and the previous seasons before that, they'd bring him off the ground and let him have his rest, where they're putting him down to the forward line, and it's really paying dividends. As we just watched Cal Cossack, great little kick off the ground to McHarg, who gave the nice little short kick, probably not 15, but maybe 10. I think that's why he looked to play on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fraser Thurlow in ruck for Nightcliff, and he'll be up against big Josh Wilson. A couple of evenly matched blokes in size and shape.
Holmer
it is.
Yeah.
It is Blake Jackson Holmer. He's a bit Brenton Motlop look-alike.
Because he's chopped his hair off. He had longer hair. I was trying to work out what was different about him.
So Holmer's kicked a couple. If he can kick this right of centre, he is a right footer, but only 15 metres from goal. Big Jackson Holmer has these for brekkie every day. He practices kicking across the face of goal and misses to the far side.
So Nightcliff to bring the ball back into play. But Tigers win it, kick out towards the wing, straight into the hands there of Emery. Kyle Emery's got a couple of goals, kicks it up towards half forward, kicks it out of bounds. And out of bounds on the full, I figure.
They were just, when they got challenged, Nightcliff, they really stepped up and have really dominated since they were challenged in that third quarter, late in the third quarter.
Braden McLean kicks inside, defensive 50, back to Daniel Wheatra. Wheatra calling for players to move a little bit. Wheatra goes wider again to a teammate out there in Duncan Seaton. Now Seaton kicked the the opening goal, or one of the first goals of the game, or the second goal of the game, I think, now kicks outside defensive 50. But it was an absolute Barry Crocker, and Nathan Brown takes the mark for Nightcliff. Nightcliff kicked the ball inside, and he was just as poor. He kicked it to, at least he kicked it to a 2-on-1. Thomas Motlop, been effective, been efficient, as he normally is, over the football, looking to get the ball out, mucking around, loses possession, but somehow Wanderers get possession, kick outside defensive 50, and VV, who hasn't given up, trying all day, gets the football, goes by hand, and Wanderers might muck this up. Tip Moody, who's been quiet by his standards, kicks it across in the McLean direction, but McLean is actually dispossessed and beaten pointlessly by Ashley Duncan. Duncan kicks it in by the boundary umpire.
Well, it certainly looked like it went out of bounds on the full. He did the second kick off the ground. Duncan does it quite a bit, doesn't he, rather than go down and pick the ball up.
At least you might earn yourself a free kick if there's a player, behind you.
We've got a free kick here.
Yeah, now it was out of bounds on the full. That's what the ruling was in the end, I reckon. So it's a free kick here for Wanderers deep in their back pocket. Kick was okay, but gee, mark cut off there. Adam Baird takes it on the chest, got on the right boot. Sepp Gilhouse underneath it again. Got away from him though.
He's going to kick his ball.
Coates.
Yeah, holding the ball there. Done the 360, I think he called him for the throw.
Troy Coates threw it away, 26 minutes. We're just about at the end of the game. It is Nightcliff. They will win the game. They will stay on top. Kale Cossack, can he do something with this? His 50th game. The man from Catherine, the young man from Catherine, hits the behind post on the full, and the ball will be brought back into play by the elegant one.
Troy Coates probably wouldn't be happy with that kick either. He blazed away.
8-9, 13-8 now I think it is. That's gone through for, is it a minor score? Has the umpire paid that as a minor score? Or has he picked something out of this?
No, I reckon it's McHarg. I reckon something's happened here.
McHarg's going to get the free kick. That's what's going to happen, I reckon.
Is Mitchell Taylor...
I reckon.
No, he's going to call it.
He's going to pay it. Oh. Goodness gracious me. It is a goal to McHarg. Kwame McHarg has kicked 5, 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the last quarter, and Nightcliff, more importantly, stay on top of the ladder. 84 plays 57. The Tigers are home.
Yeah, great game by Nightcliff. When they got challenged, they really hit back and showed why they're on top of the ladder, to still maintain to be on top of the ladder. And the best player out there was Kwame McHarg. First game that we've seen him play, kick 5 goals was brilliant. Troy Coates was great out there as well, but Sebastian Gilhouse to kick 3 goals and dominate in the ruck was absolutely fantastic. The 2 standout players for Wanderers was Aaron Motlop, who had a quiet first quarter but really got himself back in the game, Neil Vivi and Joshua Wilson.
So big win there for Nightcliff. The good thing about it, Tash, I reckon, is they stuck with Wanderers as long as they had to, and then when the game had to be won, Nightcliff, like a really good side, just powered away, didn't they?
And they did. When the game was there to be run, that's when Troy Coates stood up. Nathan Brown was absolutely brilliant all game as well in the back line. You had Blake Miles as well, who's just dominant. He really, is known for blazing away, bombing it long, but he showed today that he's an in and under player, and he probably did more of the harder stuff. Michael Mummery had a great first game out there. As Spud has said, I don't think we're going to see him that long in the NTFL.
And he's a good size too, Natasha, isn't he?
And a really good team player. It took him a while to find his feet, but in the second half there, he really got away. But the other player I must mention for Nightcliff was